Chapter 30. I think I have succeeded in the attempt to make Bun happy all the time, thanks to Dr. Boonlert's tactic. No matter what I did for Bun, he would always smile and talk to me jokingly. Every time I looked at him, my heart swelled. If he's happy, I'm happy. At this moment, the two of us were sitting in a coffee shop not far from Bun's residence. I was staring at Bun, who had his nose in a thick book written in English that he brought with him. I enjoyed sitting there idly, looking at my lover until he glanced at me suspiciously. "What are you looking at?" Bun demanded. "I can't." I teased him, and this time I knew that he wouldn't be upset. "You're distracting me," Bun muttered and buried his nose in his book once again. "I want some cake. Grab it for me." "Sure." I meekly complied and rose up from the chair, walking towards the pastry display case, in which there were beautifully arranged pieces of bread and pastries. I knew Bun could eat everything, but given a choice, he would prefer anything with chocolate in it, so I chose one piece of cheesecake brownie. I paid for the pastry and returned to my seat. "How much is it?" Bun was about to reach for his wallet. "You don't have to," I quickly protested. "It's on me." Bun stared at me silently before removing his hand from his trouser pocket. "Save your money. You don't have to pay for me that often." I shook my head. "I'll manage. Trust me. I'll earn some money tomorrow." "So, you're going to start your class tomorrow? Have you finished preparing the course materials?" Bun inquired with a look of concern on his face. "I'll use the same teaching materials when I first started my business. I brought 10 of them with me. To be honest, I've been ready to teach again for a long time. I was just waiting for the students to enroll in my courses." "And where is your class held?" "Well, I'll teach a small group of 4 10th grade girls under the medical school building." I was glad Bun looked interested in what I was doing as well as caring for me. "Hey, Bun, would you like to know what's my dream?" Bun raised his eyebrows. "What?" "When I manage to sell both of my houses and make some serious coin from my tutor business, I'll start my own cram school, branching out and offer online courses. I want to make a fortune, to have enough money to buy a fancy condo for us, just the two of us. I'll take you to the beach and to a lot of trips overseas." Bun was looking at me, unmoving, and then he laughed as if he had just heard something utterly ludicrous. "That is not necessary." "That's why I said it's my dream." I reached out to touch Bun's hand. "But that doesn't mean I won't try to make it come true." A young waitress came to serve us the brownie and looked at us with a smile before she walked away. Bun looked down at the brownie I ordered him. "Do whatever you want to do. It's okay to follow your dream. Just don't be too hard on yourself. And don't make me your goal. I want nothing from you. Us being together like this is enough for me." "Let me set my goals as I like. The thought of it gives me a powerful drive to wake up in the morning and get ready for my class." Bun smiled at me. "Is that so? We'll see about that." Bun smiled, and I automatically matched his smile with one of my own. The positive energy inside me was boosted up until my tank's full. Since my mom passed away, Bun was the only one I had left. He was the person who had always supported me. I couldn't imagine if he hadn't come to me that day. What would happen to me? Perhaps I would have left this world already. This man had become my life and my soul. I would spend the rest of my life making up for my past sin and repay him for saving my life. I'd return to my wealth and give everything to him. "All right, are there any questions? If you understand the lesson, taking the exam shouldn't be difficult. You need to stay focused on stoichiometry, but it's not an impossible task. It will take much effort." I gathered sheets of paper strewn about the table and organized them, preparing to put them in my briefcase. Ping and Ern, 2 of my students, watched the books I gave them with eyes brightened up. I was glad that the girls seemed to enjoy studying chemistry with me, and because I had some teaching experience in this field, I was sure that they could keep up with the lessons. I don't understand why I had such a hard time on this subject in school. I finally understand chemistry just now, Ping said. Maybe I should bring my teacher to study with you. I don't think that's necessary. I laughed and looked at my watch. Okay, if you girls don't have any questions, then off you go. It's almost 8 p.m. How do you get home, by the way? Ern's dad will take us home. We live close to each other. Ping nudged Ern, who was engrossed in her cell at the moment. I looked around and found that many students were still reading their text around the area, people still passing by. It should be safe enough to leave them here until Ern's dad came to pick them up. Okay, don't forget our promise. Write a review on my Facebook page and I'll bring you some snacks. I winked at the girls. You can count on me, Teacher Tan. I'll give you an A+ review. Ping gave me a thumbs up. I'll see you girls on Friday then. Bye now. I waved them goodbye before gathering my belongings and walking out of the area under the building. I was happy that my first job in Bangkok went well. Local students in Bangkok were quite different from those in the northern region of Thailand. They were more feisty, and I enjoyed teaching them all the same, albeit in a different way. I headed back to Bun's residence behind the hospital. The light in our place was on. I was relieved that Bun was already home. I twisted the key, turned the doorknob, and suddenly a delicious scent of food drifted into my nostrils, making my mouth filled with saliva. I saw Bun, with a pan in his hand, serving stir-fried vegetables in a plate. I'm starving. I put the briefcase on the armchair, following the enticing smell into the kitchen. What could be better than having your dinner ready at home after a long day at work? I took a seat at the dining table. A plate of rice and food were set ready to be eaten. I pulled out the phone and checked my Facebook page, the one I had created to promote my tutoring courses. The page is still quiet. Bun, could you please help me share it? Bun returned to the table after putting the pan in the sink. I've already shared it on Forensics Facebook group, in case the members wanted a tutor for their kids. Funny, some people even asked me how much commission did I get from you. I laughed. What did you tell them? Well, I told them the tutor is my acquaintance, and I was helping him make a living. Bun tasted the stir-fried vegetables he made. Why don't you tell them I'm your boyfriend? Bun chuckled. What if you lose your popularity? Is that all you care about? My popularity? I exclaimed. But Bun continued his meal. His face remained nonchalant. I knew Bun was just teasing me, but deep down, I wanted our relationship to be publicly recognized. I wanted everyone in this world to know that he was mine, wanting him all to myself. It was a fit of childish jealousy, and one he probably wouldn't care. I huffed out a breath to vent out my uneasiness and dug into the food Bun made for me. Fortunately, Bun didn't notice that something's off about me. In a few days, he would be in a foreign country, and it's probably best not to hold it against him and start a fight. They say that a second farewell is usually easier than the first one. However, for me, that wasn't true at all. Twice now, I had to take Bun to the airport, and now he was about to leave me, somewhere as far as the other side of the world. He and I were going to live in 2 different time zones, 12 hours apart. At the most significant international airport, I stood there, putting my arms around him for a long time in front of the entrance leading to each boarding gate. Oi, you can let go now. I want to give my brother a hug too. Dr. Boonlert stepped in and removed my arms. I just realized that I had been holding Bun for a long minute now. I reluctantly backed away from my boyfriend, a tight feeling building up in my chest. Bun turned to give his brother a tight hug. Stop teasing him. Dr. Boonlert returned my gaze with his own. I'll never let the man who stole my brother from me get away that easily. You jerk. Bun smacked his brother on the back before pushing him away. Take care of yourself, and please take care of Pa and Ma for me. Yeah, I'm going to see them this evening, actually. Dr. Boonlert adjusted Bun's collar. Try to gather knowledge as much as you can. Study hard. The Westerners do not have a tendency to spoon-feed knowledge to you like the professors here tend to do. You got to do it on your own. You can go ahead and ask a lot of questions. They don't think you're stupid. Try to find some friends to hang out with, and do not forget to come up with a research topic, and stay clear of dangerous things. Got it? What the devil are you babbling about? Bun pulled out his suitcase extendable handle. Got it. Dr. Boonlert nodded. Call me when you get there. All right, but I'll call Tan first. Bun teased his brother once again before dragging his suitcase towards me, leaving an annoyed look on Boonlert's face. I have to go now. Okay. Have a safe trip. My voice started to tremble. Take care of our place and that grumpy old man for me. Bun pointed at his brother. If he's bugging you, give me a ring. I'll kick his butt. Bun! Someone cried out Bun's name, a male voice. A tall figure ran headlong towards the three of us. He and Dr. Boonlert looked about the same age. He looked like a kind and warm-hearted man. That was close. What? Bun turned to look at the man with a surprised expression on his face. You didn't tell me you're leaving today. I would have come to see you before you go. You know, I had to sneakily text Boone and ask when you would leave. I didn't know why, but I felt like something entirely unwelcome was nagging at me. Who is this guy? I didn't want to inconvenience you. You should be working at the time my flight took off, and I've already said goodbye to other professors. You shouldn't have come all this way. I felt relieved seeing that Bun didn't seem happy to see him. What? Dr. Boonlert shouted and waved at him. The man named Wood looked at Bun with a forlorn look in his eyes. Have a safe journey, Bun. Wood! Dr. Boonlert called him again and pointed his finger at me, as though he wanted to say something. Wood followed Boonlert's finger and met my eyes. Thank you, Wood. You didn't have to do this. Really, I have to go. Bun turned to everyone for the last time. He waved goodbye at us and dragged the suitcase through the gate. I watched his back forlornly. Time flew so fast when we lived together under the same roof. Could I speed up the time so that he would return from the foreign land and come back to me tomorrow? Bye. Wood craned his neck, looking into the gate. A mild suspicion soon turned into a frustration. Who the hell does he think he is? What right does he have to be overzealously worried about Bun? Seeing that things were about to get worse, Dr. Boonlert stepped in, dragged Wood away from the gate, and headed towards me. Okay, I think I should step in before Tan knocks one of your teeth out. Wood, you should remember his face, 'cause he's Bun's boyfriend. Wood looked like he saw a ghost when he finally looked at me. I stood to my full height, towering him without realizing it. It's nice to meet you, I greeted in a cold voice. Hi, Wood replied aghast. This is Dr. Wood. He's a forensic pathologist professor, just like Bun, my former classmate. Dr. Boonlert put his hand around Dr. Wood's shoulder and gestured toward my direction with the other. And this is Tan. He has known Bun since my brother was medical personnel at the provincial hospital. He's 10 years younger than us, and now he's my brother's boyfriend. I smiled slightly, raising my hand to pay respect to Dr. Wood as a matter of courtesy. He returned my gesture in kind. So, you're the one Bun has mentioned. He smiled sadly. He looks very happy lately. I guess now I know why. Bun told him about me? My heart swelled upon hearing this. That means Bun didn't keep our relationship a secret with his colleagues. He's just not the bragging type. After I saw Bun to the gate, I drove his car back to his residence. The time it took on the way back left me very frustrated, as the traffic in Bangkok was completely different from the traffic in my hometown. The atmosphere in our place was eerily quiet without his presence. I sat at the dining table, missing the taste of Bun's delicious home-cooked food. I would have to survive on ready-made food, just like the way I used to when I lived by myself. I inhaled deeply, focused, trying to banish the loneliness from my heart. While Bun was away, I would use the window of opportunity to get my life back together. Teacher Tan will return to glory once again. My cell phone buzzed on the table. I turned to look at it and saw a message notification. Someone had questions about tutoring courses on my Facebook page. I smiled, my eyes looking hopeful. Just you wait, Bun. I'll make my dream come true.